This morning we talk about Northern Beaches suburb Cromer. Why Cromer? Stay tuned.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Morning Minutes, episode 407, but number one of our suburb edition. And the first suburb we're going to be doing a snapshot of is Cromer, New South Wales, postcode 2099. This morning's episode is going to be all about why we love Cromer. We'll give a bit of a snapshot on population. Is it an owner-occupier area, an investment area, days on market, sort of everything you need to know if you're a prospective buyer and you go, well, should I pick Cromer to live in? Or if you already live in Cromer and you just want to know some great information about your home suburb, this is the show for you. If you want us to put any recommendations on suburbs or anything like that, send us a private message and we will look at it. Mark, my co-host, how are you?
Good, bud. The deep dive into Cromer.
Yes, I'm pretty keen to see how this goes. So, well, let's get straight into it. Let's do some initial information. So, where is Cromer? Cromer is 16 kilometres from the CBD. You've got 7,600 as a population, which is up 5%, 6.3% in the last 5 years. But one of the key fact I really like to see, which will give people a lot of confidence if they're looking to buy into Cromer, Mark, was average length of ownership, 12 years, which is really, really high. Like if anyone who's worked in real estate, you always hear 7 years is the time people sell their home. But Cromer is 12 years, and I think that will really relate to a lot of the data that's to come about a very family area. Because, well, look at this one. Owner-occupiers to renters, 86% are owner-occupiers.
Owner-occupied. There's the houses. It's a very, very predominantly housing house suburb rather than units. Not many townhouse, not many units.
Yeah, so we come down to the breakdown here, Mark. 2,103 total house dwellings, only 350 apartments, with your total new listings is 98, with your median house price in the area of 1.724. Total currently on the market, 6. So when you look at what's that, 6 out of 2,100, this will show how tightly held it is. 6 divided by 2,103. 0.2 is, 1%, 0.02 is the amount of properties available to buy at the moment with how many current listings it is. So it's pretty tight. Your unit median is about 900.
There's really only two houses per week that sell in the suburb.
Yes. Now, you've got the size of Cromer is about I'll read this off, 6.3 square kilometres. It has 28 parks. 28 parks covering nearly 24.9% of the total area. The population of Cromer in 2011 was 7,161 people. By 2016, the population was 7,612, showing a 6.3% growth. The predominant age group in Cromer is 40 to 49.
It's growing with families, which is good. So it's gone through I call it a suburb churn, where people just basically predominantly more move into the suburb, make babies, kids get to high school, kids get to university, then they move out. That's one churn. Cromer's really just done its churn now, where a lot of new families have moved in. I went to Cromer High School.
Yes, so you're very familiar with the area. Also, you've got your average mortgage is $4,000 per month. So it's really good to sort of know where people's expectations would be, and owner occupied compared with So owner occupier was 80%. Yeah, still it's held around that 80%, which is really good.
You don't really buy for an investment property in Cromer. You really buy as an owner occupier, and you want to enjoy. You pretty much, if you sort of have a look around, exactly where it's positioned, it's sort of got to one end you've got Narrabeen, the other end you've got Collaroy, the other end you've got Narraweena and DY, and then it even borders along Wakehurst Parkway and up towards Belrose. So it's very green. It's a really nice, if you don't really want a built-up area, you sort of want to feel like you're, amongst nature. A lot of Cromer can feel like that. Now, Cromer's also been unofficially split. There's your Cromer Heights, and then there's your Cromer. Now, Cromer Heights is more up towards the Belrose end. It probably represents a third to half of the suburb, and that's where it's particularly surrounded by trees and particularly green. When you go towards the east of Cromer, then that's sort of borderlining Wheeler Heights, Colorado Plateau, and those sort of areas. So, it's a pretty big suburb, but it's got a pretty good mix of everything in there. Shops, there's some good commercial in there. There's some good shops.
Yeah, well said. It's a really, really appealing suburb where, you've got predominantly houses, a couple schools, so really appealing for young families. But then you've also got a lot of people like to buy under their nose. That's what we see a lot of our really, really successful clients do. Hey, Mark, they're buying a unit in the suburb, they have a house or the adjoining suburb, they keep it close, or they've got their nice home and then they buy a project, a one for the kids, an entry level. So if you have a look at number of houses sold versus median price, you can just see a big jump since June. It's been a very, very strong 6 months. Change in median, where vendor discount, there is no discounting at the moment. But this is a good little screenshot of your lowest price for the quarter was 1.487 million. Then your median is 1.68500. And then obviously a lot of stuff going in the 75th percentile sale price over the past 12 months is 1.803. So that's very.
If you're getting if you're getting a 3-bedroom home on a 650 metre square block, you can expect to spend around that sort of 1.819. If the home starts getting bigger and you start getting your four bedrooms, your 2 bathrooms, then you're going to be heading into the 2s. And if it's a new home up there, the record that's sitting up around Narraweena, Beacon Hill, Cromer, and those areas now are starting to get towards the low to mid 3s for a brand new home.
It's been massive growth.
Some comments there, Michael.
I've only got Jeff's. I only can see Jeff's. I've already put them up.
Good old Jeff. So it's a great suburb. It's had good capital growth. Now, out of interest, it's probably been one of the strongest capital growth suburbs over the last 10 years that we've experienced. So the Northern Beaches there's about 40-odd suburbs, main suburbs on the Northern Beaches. Cromer is probably one of the better performing one over a 10-year period. I know over a 3-month or 6-month, there's been Bayview and Newport and stuff like that. But houses in Cromer have done 108%.
It's amazing.
So more than double.
Now let's bring up, I know you love numbers as much as I do, so anyone who's not a big number person, bear with us. But we went through this report the other day and we shared some information on postcode 2099. Now within postcode 2099, you've got your Narraweena, you've got Cromer, and you've got DY as well. But this just showed some massive growth in the last couple months, Mark. I think tell us why days on market means something to a buyer. seeing high days on market, low days on market. Why is this a relevant data point for someone to look at, Mark?
Look, it's like a diamond. The rarer the diamond, the more exotic and sought after it often is. So when you've got less properties on the market, when a property comes on, it's a rare commodity, and there's people that want it. So when it starts selling, when that diamond or when that property starts selling, when it typically takes 90 days to sell that diamond, and suddenly now you're down to 9 days, that's going to put an upwards pressure on pricing for that commodity, for that property, for instance. So we like to watch days on market because that's speed. The problem with days on market is it used to be the be-all, end-all marker, because all properties were put onto realestate.com and domain.com,
yes,
so all properties were visible to the eye. But it's changing a little bit at the moment, so it's interesting to see where we go with that.
But also, I think it's a good one to set up expectations on how fast you need to act, Mark. There's nothing, if you're a new buyer buying your first home, I think the biggest, I don't want to say error, but where they get hurt a lot is the time it takes them to get ready to exchange contracts. Even if they go there on the Saturday and they love the property, they may not have a relationship with the agent. They don't have a lawyer they've already picked. They haven't finalised their pre-approval or their final approval, and they're just very slow to tick the boxes for themselves to exchange on a contract. It's almost like, yeah, we love this property, but we don't know how to get to exchange, or we don't want to rush into an exchange because we haven't bought a house before. So I think days on market is a really good indicator on how quick you need to get shit together. Otherwise, you're going to constantly miss out on properties, because if you do a building report and then it's sold, another building report, it can really deter you from buying property. Okay.
Yeah, and also I'm noticing people of CORMER, it's very easy to sell, but it's very hard to buy.
Yes.
So sellers are getting really cheeky with selling prices because of that. So that's an interesting phenomena.
Now, let's just, like any agents out there, you would have seen the first report was RP data. But as we know, we always say RP data is probably about 3 months behind in data because you've got to wait for settlements. But have a look at this. I know we were pretty gobsmacked with this data the other day, Mark. So this is as of 23rd of March. So it's been updated. Look at this. So I'll just read it out loud. I'll zoom in a little bit more. But basically, postcode 2099, so it does include DY. But for houses, the rolling month change. So I think Sydney, statewide was like 2%. CORMER, postcode 2099 was 4.4%. And the rolling quarter change for all houses is up 27%. So January, February, March over December, November, October, up 27%. 3-bedroom houses up 17%. And for the past 12 months, up 11% and 15%. This is huge. This is the market growth live. It's insane.
It doesn't get faster. So we are definitely seeing, if you've been living under a rock, we're definitely seeing houses performing better than units. Oh, look at that. They look like a news presenter.
What?
Look at that. Do that again. That other one. Look at that.
Yeah. Yeah, you like that?
Oh, my God. Wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd just like to point out the 2099 summaries. Wow.
And you got to get your paperwork. You're like, yeah. Well, here, look at this. So we've got sales summary, number of sales. Oh, this is a good one, Mark. Okay, I'll zoom. Can you see if I zoom? It may be a bit hard. But this is the amount of properties that trade in the year in the postcode. So number of sales. We're already up to 88 in 2021. Last year was 843. But
is there anything else we can talk about with about, we've got a golf course in Cromer. We've got shopping you do in DY. We've got surrounded by trees. We've got young families. We've got Cromer High School that I went to. We've got
you do have an
public
industrial
school as well.
pocket. There is an industrial pocket. So if you did want to have a mechanic shop or work close by, there is a good little industrial precinct in there, Mark.
I do. Yeah. Just because you're a commercial agent, you love an industrial pocket.
Love the factory.
But there's, it's actually quite an amazing suburb when you look at all the different things it offers. It's a great mix. A little bit of units, a little bit of commercial, industrial, a little bit of schools, a little bit of everything. That's Cromer, guys and girls.
Yes, welcome. So thank you for watching our first suburb edition, Why We Love Cromer. Thank you. We'll do another one. I think we're going to be doing this maybe once a week. So any recommendations for a suburb or anything else you want to know further on, let us know. Happy to help. We love Cromer.
The deep dive.
The deep
Go
dive.
Northern Beaches.